So right now we're singing with Canadian talent Colin Munroe. How are you doing?
I'm comfortable, relaxed, calm, all good things.
Quiet hotel room, beautiful view. Well, curtains are closed now, but...
Yeah, the view is pretty beautiful. You don't often get to see Toronto from this high up.
That's really nice. So tell us about your involvement in the Manifesto Festival.
Well, they came to me and said, "Do you want to play?" And I said, "Sure." Yeah, pretty straightforward. And obviously, sort of having been in the community in Toronto here for a while, it's nice to be part of a festival that has a lot of people on it that I know. So it's not like being in some festival where it's all these foreign acts, you know, where you're just one of a million people brought in from around the world. It's a lot of the people that I, started working with. So it's my comrades. Yeah.
So, speaking of people that you've worked with, your hit, or your version of Flashing Lights, did you actually collaborate with Kanye on that, or how did that come about?
No, I just heard the record and cut it up and made my own thing with it and threw it online and did what it did. And having since sort of been able to get the endorsement from him and from actually the other guys that made the record, it was nice. I mean, I would have done it either way, just because that's just what you do these days. I have fun with music, but to know that they were into it meant a lot.
I bet. So can you tell us who else you're looking forward to working with?
I'm actually looking forward to trying to get into more of the pop rock alternative world. I mean, it's the other side of me that I grew up with that I haven't explored in a long time. So I feel like I've sort of turned into the white Nate Dogg, and that's fun, and I get to do that thing once in a while. But I'm curious to write for some pop artists or something. Justin Bieber, yeah, we crossed paths in Atlanta because we know a lot of singing. No, not yet. He's doing fine with what he's doing, and who knows? I mean, he's a young enough kid. He'll definitely have some time ahead of him, so we'll figure something out.
Potential for both of your careers there, just spreading out. All right, so can you tell us a little bit about how you got started in music?
Well, I mean, I've been making music as long as I was a kid. It was an escape, in a small house with a big family and not a lot of places to go. You can put your headphones on, you can play your instrument, you're in a different world. But then just coming to Toronto and starting to work with people and offering something. Hey, I can write, I can produce. You want to work? And people who were into it were into it. And just happened to be a lot of rappers and R&B singers. Yeah, I don't know. It's this funny thing, this consistent theme in my life that seems to be the community that gives me the first shots. Whether it's here in Canada, coming from the small town, or whether it's being the Canadian, then coming to America, it's been that community that's embraced me first for whatever reason.
Pretty cool. So, if you could collaborate with anybody, what would be your dream meeting of the night?
I would love to see what me and Andre 3000 come up with. I think he's a guy that's been able to bridge the worlds of being both left bent artistic but still with a commercial sensibility, and I resound with trying to do that, so I'd be curious to see if that works.
Pretty cool. So can you tell us a little bit about how you approach your music? Do you have a concept that you start with, or is there a beat in your head that you start with, or how does it all come together?
The process for me is different almost every time. And more recently it's been very lyric driven, so the concept of the lyric first. But it used to be that it was really driven by a progression, like a chord and another chord next to that, another chord next to that just really spoke to me, and then melodies that came on top of that. And then I found lyrics that fit later. But now it's kind of lyric first, so I don't know. I think maybe there's different waves in every artist or every writer's creative arc, and it just changes from time to time.
Pretty cool. So what inspires Colin Munroe's music?
I think I'm inspired by, I always used to say movies first. But really what it is about movies is that they offer you a real potent dose of life in a way that we don't often experience it anymore. Our lives are really controlled and monitored and medicated, and everything's kept at a nice even level. No one has adventures anymore. The highs and lows aren't as high and low as they used to be. And that's often the stuff that drives that passionate part of wanting to connect with the human experience.
Wow, that was a U of T answer. Give me five for that one. Have you experienced any groupie crazy fan tales yet?
Nothing like, I don't know, maybe the funniest thing that I think's ever happened was this one show, this real like street hood guy, I think we were in like the South, maybe Virginia or something. He came up to me and he was like kind of shy, and he's like, yo, you know, I gotta confess, you're not gonna believe my favorite song in the mixtape is the Bob Dylan record. And I was like, wow, you know, like, when would you ever thought that, you know, like something that kind of like from left field, you know, like he never would have ever encountered Bob Dylan in any other way, and here he was, and he absolutely loved it, and he went and looked up all this Bob Dylan music based on what I'd done on the mixtape, throwing it next to stuff that he was more comfortable listening to.
That is pretty cool. How does it, feel to know that your music is actually, I guess, exposing people to things that they otherwise never would have encountered?
I like it. I mean, it's not something that many people get to do, because many people are, stuck in their particular musical communities, and they feed into those communities. To be able to be in one community and in another community and feed back and forth, I think it's kind of a unique position. Hey, this is Colin Munroe here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, my home, with Soul 360 TV.